What's up, Internet? You're tuned in episode 20 of Nintendo Noise, Flip Screen Games' weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host, Pete and Bessie, joined, as always, by my very good friends and co-hosts, Mr. Steven Radford.
Hello, hello.
And the mayor of Aiken himself, Mr. Chuy Ware.
How's it going? Oh, shoot.
You never wait for the pregnant pause. Never. I gotta just take the mayor of Aiken out. You're ready to shoot right from the hip.
Yep. New Year's resolution. Wait for it. Just gonna wait for it.
Well, you know what? I get it though, Chewy, because here's the thing, right? This is the longest and onlyest break we've ever taken with Nintendo Noise. So it's been a while since we've been able to get together and talk about Nintendo, and it sounds like you're just as excited as I am to get back to it, Chewy. So, I of course can't blame you for being ready to jump on this one. And, of course, we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about what we played over our breaks, as well as do our first round of predictions for 2022. We are going to look at Nintendo's 2022 lineup. We are going to have a little game, making some bets about release dates, and gonna get our first bets on the books this episode. So it's gonna be a fun one. I'm looking forward to getting into it. But before that, let me remind you that this episode of Nintendo Noise is brought to you for the very first time by our Patreon producers for the month of January. They are, of course, Andy Radford, Christian Oliveria, Christopher Valenz, Gabriel Hasselmeyer, Smokey Shake, Wakahula, and Zaid Ida. Thank you all so much for your support over on patreon.com/flipscreengames. Y'all are the realest of the real, and we really appreciate your support and your continued support. Thank you so much. Speaking of the Patreon, that is, of course, the best way to show your support for the show and get a bunch of good-ass goodies that you can get your mitts on. So, of course, probably, I would say, the best thing that you can get there is our Patreon-exclusive podcast, One More Thing, where you can go and listen to Steve and I talk about our New Year's resolutions, what we're looking to get out of 2022, and all that good stuff. So go check that one out. I think it's well worth your $2, and of course, it is the best way to show your support and get a little bit of extra content from us. Speaking of extra content, don't forget to tune in to our Twitch stream tonight if you're listening to this the day that it drops, because what's up, Nintendo Noise, now on your feed on Thursdays. What's going on? But it's the perfect way for me to tell you that you can go watch us play a game right now. The thing is, we don't know what the game is yet here in the past, right? We have a poll up right now for patrons that you can go check out. I guess by the time you're listening to this, it may have already ended, depending on when you pick this up. So go see if it's live, patrons, and you can vote on what game we'll come back to for our first stream of 2022. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be a good time. Chewy, you coming through?
Do the things? I think I thought I had something Thursday, but I'm actually available now.
There we go. I'm locking you in. Come through.
Okay, so all of the things that go on the poll need to be 3-player games at least. Okay.
Yes.
Good to know. Good to know.
Well, or we could always we could always one of us.
I was gonna check. It takes 2 on there, but we'll take that out for another week.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be pretty cool though.
We'll definitely do It Takes 2 in the next couple of weeks for sure.
What's that Zelda game that's 3 players, Triforce Heroes?
Oh my god, isn't that on 3DS? How the hell are we going to do this?
What was the one where you needed like 3 or 4 GBAs connected to like...
Four Swords Adventures?
Connect that up to a GameCube.
That's on 3DS as well. So... Well, Chewy, you have
Crystal
a 3DS
Chronicle.
with a capture card, right?
That one's on GameCube. The Four Swords Adventures is on GameCube.
But
I
they
do have a
ported
3DS capture card.
Right? Yeah, they ported it to 3DS. I think it was one of the first online games on 3DS, if I'm not mistaken.
On the Nintendo Network.
I do have my DS right here. Well, you know what? That's fine. We'll figure this out off mic. But
I mean, that's not happening anyway. I don't own a 3DS, as we found out like a few weeks ago when Smokey Shake wrote in with that question. I was like, yeah, I don't have a 3DS anymore.
That's why I have mine right here.
Smash for 3DS, the best version of Smash.
Oh my God. What a hot take. What a hot take that is. Anyway, for the rest of our plugs, you can head over to flipscreen.games. That is our website where we've got links to our Discord, our email address, questions@flipscreen.games. You can find us on social media over there. All the other places you can get in touch or write in to be a part of the show, in our mailbag segment, all that kind of good stuff. It's the best way to interact with the show, right? Is go check out the website, click in wherever you're going, regularly. We're there. Come and hang out with us. But if you want my recommendation, the Discord. That's the best place to go. It's a great, safe, inclusive place for you to come and talk games and, meet some of the folks who you see writing in. Come chat with us after the show ends and keep the conversation rolling. So come be a part of what we're building over here. So we're going to kick things off with what we're playing, which is not something we usually do on this show unless there's like a specific game we want to talk about. But I figured since it's been a couple weeks out since we've been able to check in, let's talk about what we were getting into from the Nintendo side of the fence over our winter break here. So, Steve, why don't you kick things off?
Yeah, so I was away at my parents, took my Switch with me, of course. I've been chipping away at Disco Elysium. I spoke a little bit about it on this week's Flip Screen Games podcast on the Game of the Year episode. Not really played much more. They've, as I said before, patched it so it no longer crashes. But go check out that episode if you want to hear my thoughts on Disco Elysium. But I am curious, because Chuy wasn't on that show, what Chuy's game of the year is for 2021.
We don't have time for your whole top 10, but let's at least, what is the game of the year?
All right. I wanted to mention quickly one that wasn't Nintendo. Super Auto Pets. I'm obsessed. I keep playing it every single day. It's amazing. It's just like a deck builder game, really quick rounds, and it's nice. I like it a lot. And I've been getting into the versus mode there, where I can play against other people.
Nice.
And that's pretty cool too. I think there's like 2 Nintendo games that I just keep thinking about throughout this year. The big one is Metroid Dread. I literally, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but I started playing another Metroidvania, and I was just like, man, this is just not Metroid Dread. It's so good. Everything about that game, it just feels so good, especially coming off of like, over the summer, I was like, all right, let's get into Metroid, played Super Metroid, and then I was like, it was good. It was definitely like a little clunky and stuff, but like, Metroid Dread just feels so smooth, and all of your actions feel so intentional, and they really fine-tuned the gameplay with that one. So that's the one I keep thinking about, and I'm just like, I need another Metroid Dread like game now. I guess I'm trying other Metroidvanias, but it's just like it just doesn't feel the same. They just don't feel as good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try Samus Returns on the 3DS?
You know what? I haven't tried that one. But
because I know that's by the same studio that might scratch that itch perfectly. I know a lot of people consider that a great port.
Yeah, that's true. And I think they did like get a lot of those control schemes from that version too. So it might be a good next one for me to try out. And then I'd say that one's my number one, but one that just kind of like snuck up on me, like I keep thinking about it and keep wanting to go back, is Garden Story. Funny enough, just a little indie game.
Yeah.
And it initially looks like farm sim, kind of life sim game, but it's really more like a top-down Zelda game over everything. And yeah, Garden Story, it has really good music. Every time I edit the podcast Haken, I have a couple tracks from Garden Story that I kind of just like recorded off my Elgato or whatever just to have. And every time it shows up right under like the tracks I usually use for my show, and I'm just like, man, Garden Story just sounds so good. But yeah, that's a fun little Zelda-like game if you're done with Link's Awakening and need something else that's like a top-down adventure. It's a good one to jump off to.
Very nice. So, Chuy, while we're on you, why don't you tell us what you were playing over the break?
Yeah, I have been playing a lot of different things. Well, not too many, but the one that surprised me most is I got way back into Mario Golf Super Rush, and there had been a couple updates since like the last time I played. I think was it basically the only two updates the game got, and then they're like, "All right, we're done with this one."
That's it.
Um, yeah, that's it. But I really liked it the first time I played, and I mostly focused around just like the what do they call it? The speed golf mode where you're like running across the field and everything. And
Yeah.
I think at the point when it came out in the summer, it was really easy to play with other people because they have the invite system and everything. And so I spent most of my time just beating the story and then just playing online with friends who were on. Like anytime I invited people, they would just like hop into the room, and I was like, "This is fun. This is awesome. This is exactly what I want to do." And so, the hype kind of wears down. Less people are on, so you find it harder to find a match with other people.
Sure.
But one of these latest updates, I don't know if it was like the first or the second one, but there's a ranked mode now, which is basically that. Like you can just play with other people, and it's kind of scored in the sense of like, depending on how well you do, you get more points toward your record, and then your rank goes up. There's not really anything. I think you'd have to do really, really poorly in order to make your score go down, but I've only ever seen it increase. So, uh, I don't think it's a very like stress-free ranked mode for sure. It's more just like you feel like playing a few holes and then you're done. But then you end up because each ranked mode it's set up where you play 3 holes, person with the best score wins, but really nobody gets punished for losing. Um, unless, like you said, I don't know if you can get a bad enough score where you actually get punished, but I haven't seen it. Um, so yeah, I would just play 3 holes and then I'd be like, oh, I got time for 3 more, and it just takes like I don't know, 10 minutes to do that, and it was a really nice experience.
Awesome. That's good. I'm glad that you're still getting time with it. Like I have definitely fallen off from earlier this year where I was like really putting a lot of time into it, like you are. But yeah, it's a game I think about a lot. Like I really did
Hmm.
enjoy my time with it, and I wish I had more reasons to go back to it. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like it would be fun. Maybe you and I should do like a stream where we like face off or something like that, just so we have an excuse to tee off.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Because I think about it too. Like on the ranked mode, I mostly do like just the regular old standard golf. But they let you pick between standard or speed golf, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to do speed golf. I'm just learning all of these courses, so I don't know what routes to take because they switch it up like I don't know every I don't know 20 30 minutes or so which courses are being played or which map they're on. So it's just it doesn't warn you either. You're just like, oh, you're playing on these maps and you're playing 3 random holes here. But the other modes I haven't played with are like the battle mode and stuff, so I'd love
Mm,
to
the battle
explore
mode is
that more.
really fun.
Yeah, yeah, I mean every time I see it I'm just like that looks cool but also frustrating.
It's insane. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of fun. That was, I think, one of the ones I had the most fun playing when we were streaming.
Hmm.
It's like very, very chaotic and wacky, but yeah, I don't know. It's a good time for sure. It's like a
Yeah.
totally different game though, basically, because you're so oriented
Uh-huh.
on like the. It doesn't matter how many strokes you take, right? It matters like scoring the objectives and
Yeah.
taking other people out and everything. So it definitely breathes a lot of new life into the game.
Yeah, and even like the speed golf mode already feels so different. I mean, that's definitely more similar to the standard golf, but just the fact that you're running around and like knocking each other off the course and stuff, that changes quite a bit of the gameplay.
Absolutely. Cool. So what else you been playing?
Um, a couple other games. I dug into Pokemon Brilliant Diamond a lot more. Spent a lot more time in the underground and had some fun finding some Pokemon in there and digging up little treasures that I don't even know how to use or don't care about. But the digging is fun enough to
That's
just
what
keep
you got to
going.
put in your little house thing, right? You make your little den and you decorate it. And
Can't figure out how to make my little house. I'm just, and maybe I'm not looking well enough, but I'm just like,
down in the
whatever.
caves. That's where any good Pokemon master lives, just down there.
That's
Any
true.
young
Yeah.
vagrant child.
Yeah. The thing I'm most interested in with that feature though is actually like playing with other people. I need to just like reach out to some people who have the game and be like, "Hey, do you want to go to this underground place with me and see what happens?"
Yeah.
Because I haven't done that at all. But yeah, I've got a few badges and I'm just getting it's it's a strange game in the sense of like, and you talked about this when we first talked about it, Pete, but like there is just so much in between each badge, and it takes so long sometimes that I get like halfway through a spot and I'm just like, man, I'm kind of over this route. I just want to be through to the next place, and then you get to the next place and the gym leader's not there and you're like, great. Now I have to go to the
Gotta go
next
run an
place.
errand or whatever and make them come back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think just in terms of like how long it takes to feel like you're making progress, I get a little bit frustrated, but sometimes like do get into the zone of just like, oh, cool. I'm really digging thoroughly through this little cave that I'm in, and it's fun enough. But yeah, after a while, I'm just like, man, I just really want to get further, but I'm not.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that a lot of people have said about Gen 4 is that like there are parts of it that are like a bit of a slog.
Hmm.
I think that era of Pokemon games definitely like that one and Gen 5 are the two that are like probably the most dense, you know.
Hmm.
So, you know, that your mileage may vary on that.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that I run into is just like the Pokemon variety. That tends to be what like kept me going in a lot of other games. I think
Sure.
Sword and Shield did it really well, where you could just like run a few feet some other direction, and then all of a sudden there's this other swarm of Pokemon, you know? And so like the caves are especially bad in the sense of like you're running into Geodude and Zubat like every time. There's nothing else basically, and if there is, it's got a low appearance rate. So if there was just like a lot more, I think every route I try to run into a Pokemon and I'm like, great, it's another Ponyta. I already caught you. I'm just gonna ignore the grass from now on. So yeah, I don't know. I think they really nailed it in the future ones with the encounters being, especially Sword and Shield, once again, where the encounters can be like you can specifically run into this Pokemon or you can random encounter another one. And just having that as more of a surprise keeps me going further. But this one, I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing the same three Pokemon every single route.
Yeah, and like the nice thing about Sword and Shield, right, is like with the wild area, like that's constantly opening up more things. So
Hmm.
like if you were like it feeling like, oh, like I'm in this area and I don't want to interact with these Pokemon, like you could always go to the wild area and go to a new part that you opened up and see some more diversity and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and and where I feel it's like not balanced is like I really like the underground and the little rooms that they have that you can explore, and then you run into Pokemon, and I don't know, there's a lot of cool ones down there. But then once again, like once you're down there, you're not really making progress along the route you're on. You're just kind of stuck in the same spot and just exploring the caves, and then so I don't know, I keep running into that feeling of like I'm not making enough progress in this game and it's been hours, you know?
yeah, I definitely get what you mean, and I don't know. I'm in a weird spot with this game where like I was very, very excited for a Gen 4 remake, but I just feel like it's not like I'm just not super in the mood to play Pokemon right now. And
Mhm.
like when I felt that, I was like, I'm not gonna like force myself to do this when Arceus is right around the corner and like
Yeah.
I want to go all in on that. So I'm like, I'm kind of just pumping the brakes on it for right now. And like, I think I'm going to like swing back to this and maybe do like a Nuzlocke or something on stream, or like,
Yeah.
come up with
Yeah.
like a way to work it in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at, where I'm like, I just want to find another way to play this. Because I would preferably really like to finish it before RCS comes out, just because my only experience with it was when it first released back in, when was it, like 2006? Was that the original date?
I think that's right.
I played it once, and so I was like, I was fine with it. I got through it, and now I'm just like, all right, I know very little about this region, very little, but and there's a lot of information that I just want to have going into Arceus, I guess I should say. That's the new way that they're saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but at the same time, I'm just like, but who cares? Arceus looks way better.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, like, you don't want to burn out on Pokemon now and then not feel like you want to play another one then, right? Like, it's only a couple weeks away at this point, which seems
we're
insane.
so close.
Seems really insane. I'm
low Think we're getting any more info before the release?
Probably, but I wouldn't imagine a lot more.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. In most cases, I'm like, I don't really care how much I know about Pokemon, because they tend to all get leaked anyways, and it's always out there like the week before.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And then in other cases, I'm just like, I kind of wish I knew less, just because it would be a little bit more interesting to know less about Pokemon.
That's why, I'm happy with where I'm at. Like, I know enough to be like, this is different and exciting, but not so much that I feel like I've already seen everything there is to see,
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, but like, I'm also cautiously optimistic. Like, I really want it to be better than I think it will be. And that's, I don't know. Who knows? That might serve me well. That happened to me twice last year where I'm like, I don't know about this game. And that's Metroid and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I loved both of them. So,
well,
do you know what? I was the same about Metroid, obviously, and I'm kind of just like, I don't know about, because I loved Let's Go. I'm like the only person on the planet that seemingly loves Pokemon Let's Go, and hoped that they would do another one. And
if anybody didn't like Let's Go, I just say it's because they didn't have the Pokeball controller.
I love that thing.
So
it
much
was so
better.
good. And then it would like make the noise and stuff, and
Yeah.
you could like pick which one you wanted to go with you, and you would like take that out. And I was like all in on Pokemon Go at the time, and you could use that as like instead of the band thing that they sold, you could use that to like automatically do the Pokestops. It was great.
I'm
I love that game.
so upset that they only made that controller work for that one game. I would love every Pokemon game much more if I could just use the Pokeball controller.
Yeah, I liked that game. I wish they would do another one. I really do.
I wouldn't say no to a Pokemon Let's Go Johto.
It's just so easy. Like at the end of the day, just if all you're interested, and I bet there's tons of people like this where all they're interested in Pokemon is the collecting side of things. Like, let me fill out my Pokedex. That's all I want to do is just fill out the Pokedex. Not really bothered about battling or doing any of the gyms or any of that stuff. That's like secondary. And that was me with Let's Go. I just wandered around and I just caught things. And it was so satisfying to throw that Pokeball at the screen.
That's so
obviously
funny
not
to me.
literally
like,
throw it at the screen.
I just can't imagine feeling that way. And I know that you're right, but like, oof, I was just like I enjoyed those games for what they were, but I was also very much like, we're taking a franchise that I already feel like's been watered down and watering it down. It's like, ooh, we're watering down water with ice
at the time
now.
that it wasn't like the next mainline one. They did say at the time this was like a offshoot thing, and the next one, the real installment, is coming next year.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. That's okay. Like, I'm good with it being its own thing.
I think I would have rather had one of those than what we got with Brilliant Diamond and Pearl this year, because it seems like the majority of people haven't. At least you're the two biggest people that I know that like play Pokemon that I speak to on a regular basis. Neither of you really got into that game. You both fell off it.
It has been hard.
Chewy's not the only one I've heard moan about the constant Zubats down in the caves. Like there are problems with that game. And I don't know, there's just something about being able to see, like, oh, there's a Geodude over there. I'm going to go over there and throw this Pokeball at him. It's really cool. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed on it in some ways. Like I both see the appeal and like lack thereof of some of those things.
You're already having one. Like you had like a big Pokemon game and DLC the last year. Next year we're getting a big Pokemon game. Granted, it's not a traditional Pokemon game. It's something fresh and something new.
Gameplay wise, it's
Why not do like
though.
on the off years? Why not have like just a collectible one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that isn't what they're doing. I kind of thought that was going to be the trajectory. Would be like, okay, like there's a Pokemon, there's a new generation, and a new game comes out, right? And then we do the remake of an old game, and then we do a Let's Go, and then we do whatever other fucking thing, and then there's another new one, you know?
Oh, where's Detective Pikachu as well? That was meant to be coming to Switch like 2 years ago.
They fucking
still not arrived.
Nah, I think that's done. I don't think they're doing it anymore. They like canceled the Detective Pikachu sequel, and I think Detective Pikachu is fucking over.
I liked that movie, and I was looking forward to playing the
Me too.
Playing the game.
Me too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? So let's get off Pokemon. I know you mentioned before, Chuy, that you started a new Metroidvania, a little indie game called Hollow Knight. How you getting on with it?
So I definitely see what people really like about it. I think immediately I was like, okay, this world is really cool. The characters are really well designed and everything. It's incredibly difficult, and which I imagine Metroidvania fans are huge. You know, they just like a lot of difficulty.
They're masochists.
So I've done my fair amount of deaths and starting over from some bench miles away from where I was. And honestly, I didn't mind it too much. I think the thing that bothers me more is just that like it is not as smooth as Metroid Dread. Like just the feel of the controls in Metroid Dread make that game so amazing. So I don't know. It just feels really good. And then Hollow Knight, I'm just like, how do I run? I want to go faster. I want to feel like I can demolish these enemies after feeling completely helpless, you know? Because I think that's what Metroid Dread really captures. It's like you can struggle so much with like beating different enemies and learning bosses and everything, and then all of a sudden you learn it and you're just like unstoppable. You can destroy things. And I haven't really gotten that feeling with Hollow Knight yet. I still feel like, oh, that hit me. I'm gonna die.
Constantly throughout that whole time I played that game, I felt weak and feeble, and I felt like I'm gonna lose all my money if I don't get back to the store. And I was just constantly, it was like up and down trying to buy the most pathetic little thing that would assist me in doing anything, like a compass or a map or anything. I did not have a good time when I played that game.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm running into. I just feel so powerless in this world, and everything is out there to destroy me. And I do, but there's so many aspects that I do like, where I'm like, okay, cool, I found this person who makes maps, and I can buy maps from them, or I can find this shop where I can buy the compass and actually know where I am in this room and everything. So there's like really cool things and upgrades that like help you progress and make the world feel more accessible and everything. But then just like still going through it, I'm just like, man, I'm dying to so many things. And should I have gotten hit by that? I don't know. I guess I did. but and then there are also cool things like you can get that energy and refill your health a little bit. And I don't know. There's so many aspects that I like, and others where I'm just like, I still feel powerless. It's difficult.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and it could well be that it's just a steep learning curve, and then at a certain point you get a load of skills and things you can do, and then all of a sudden you feel like a superhero, and you
Yeah.
can get through and navigate, and you don't constantly feel like you're in danger and you're about to lose all of your money and you're gonna have to start from scratch. I rage quit that game so many times. It's just like, fuck this. I've lost all my money again. Yeah, there's no way I'm going back down there and doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like there are some upgrades and stuff, but like for my own abilities, my own little character's abilities, I'm just like, when do you get stronger, kid? I want to do a little bit more. um, so yeah, Metroid Dread is great. So good.
Do you see yourself continuing to play Hollow Knight, or you think you're kind of burned out on it?
I think I'll keep going. I just kind of stopped because I had to do some review stuff for Patch and was playing some other things, but I think I'll pick it up again. Because like I said, like the world is really interesting. I really do like the character designs and everything. So, and it seems like it has some interesting lore to it that I haven't dug into at all. So, yeah.
Cool. All right, good. So then for me, I just have a couple quick things to jump through. So the first is I played some Mario Party Superstars on my birthday, and all I have to say about it is that I lost on my birthday. So happy birthday to me. That shit sucked.
How badly though?
It was pretty bad. So my friend, I played with my fiance Sarah and my friends Em and Sam. And my friend M had, I think, 4 stars stolen from them, and they still won.
Jeez.
So yeah, thanks,
How many
Mario
stars
Party.
did they have, or was it a bonus star situation where you got
Bonus
cheated?
stars were the reason they won, but still, it's absurd. It's absurd. So it is what it is. But yeah, and then the other thing that I did on the Nintendo side of things was I did it's like a little tradition that my friends have, which is doing a 99 stock sometime over like the holiday to winter break. So we did a 99 stock Smash game on New Year's Day, and it was 8 people, so it was hectic as fuck. And I went into it and was like, okay, so there's 2 things I can do. I can either pick a character I know how to play and, just do my best, or I can pick a character I don't know how to play at all and use this as an opportunity to learn how to play them. And I chose the latter of those 2 things and played Sora, because I haven't played Sora since he dropped in Smash. And I feel like I may have a new main gang. Like, it was
Nice.
it was a steep learning curve at first because he's very, very floaty. But once I kind of figured it out, I was like, oh, I love this, because I love floaty characters. I love characters that have chip damage and have the ability to zone really well, and he's so good at all of those things. And I think the fact that it's so easy for him to survive because of his recovery, I'm like, hey, maybe this is the character where I can finally learn how to play off stage. So we'll see. I think I might give it a go and see if I can get better with Sora and see if I can learn how to be a better player to some degree.
So you're telling me people play off of the screen, like professional players are playing off stage? Is that
off
what
the
you mean?
stage, yeah. That's how you really win. Is you
Oh, for
knock
fuck's
people
sake.
off the stage,
I stand
and then
zero
you jump.
fucking chance.
You're supposed to jump off the stage and spike people down, and kill them that way.
No, I can't play that game. I just can't.
Literally, I just
Fun.
up on stage right now. I've got IGN has 11 minutes of Sora gameplay that I'm playing in the background, and that's exactly what just happened as we were describing it.
Honestly, that takes me back to just hours and hours of melee and stuff, and we'd get to the point where we're kind of bored of playing but still want to play, and then I'm just you know what, I'll get Monopoly out, we'll bet some money on computer players.
Oh my god, I did that too, not betting Monopoly money, but I remember my friend Jimmy and I used to do that once in a while. We'd put on a bunch of 9 stocks and bet candy or whatever on who would win.
Yeah, that was a fun time. I love that.
It's so funny. Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. I hadn't played Smash in a long time. I think primarily just because I don't really like playing the game online, partly because Nintendo's online is garbo, but also because like to me the way I like to play Smash is, 4 players and a room filled with people and we're passing controllers and, like that's really I think the environment that Smash is meant to be played in is like to have that like fun party environment, and like have items on and all that kind of shit, and like that's the stuff I really enjoy, more so than the like let's get sweaty about it and try to like be good because I'm not good and that's fine. Like I don't play video games to be good at video games. I play video games to have fun, right? So like, I'd much rather just like screw around with my friends. And if I come in, I came in 3rd place and I was like, oh, that's good enough.
Man, it's such a bummer that the online can get in the way like that for certain games. Like,
Yeah.
I would have so many more hours on like Super Mario Maker 2 if that online was at least decent. It's so bad. You're looking at a slideshow when you play that game.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It sucks because it really does dissuade you from wanting to spend more time with those games. And, like, I think I would probably play more Smash if the online was better, Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, the ranked mode on Mario Golf works great. I love it.
There you go.
The only thing that gets annoying is sometimes 2 players are, like, pretty close to each other on the green and putting, and one of them's, like, King Babam, and they're right in front of you, and you're like, I can't even see the hole. And so you have to wait for them to take their turn before their character just disappears and you can actually see what's happening. But that's the only thing.
All right, so that's what we've been playing. We've been playing lots of games. It's been a pretty good 2 weeks. So if you want to hear us talk about what else we were playing outside of Nintendo, make sure you go check out the FSG cast this week, and we'll talk about all that stuff over there. But yeah, good break. Good break. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm glad to be back. And, it's a new year. Time for some new predictions. So let's jump into it. All right. Our talking point this week is the 2022 lineup and predictions game for Nintendo. So what we're going to be doing is looking at the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that Nintendo currently has slated for 2022. And we've got a couple rules here on like how the bets are going to work out, right? So we have the announced date for all of these games, and we will each get 1 point if we correctly guess the month of release for the games that don't have a month applied to them yet. If you accurately predict a delay to the correct month, you'll get an extra point. You get 2 points for unannounced games if you want to like throw an unannounced game out there and say, I think this is coming out and this is when it's going to come out. And then double points if you get the day exactly right. So for the ones that already have dates, we can bet, do we think it'll delay? Do we think it'll hit that date? I think it's pretty clear once we get going here how that works out. So the first game up on the chopping block is Pokemon Legends Arceus. The announced date is January 28th. Do we think it hits that date?
Yeah, at this point, I think it's hitting it. I think they're already shipping that out to stores at this point. I can imagine we'll see some case shots showing up online in the next week or so. So I don't see a delay. I think this one's coming bang on time.
Yeah, I don't see it getting delayed either. I think one thing though, I get it on January 27th because of my time zone, so
you son of a
not
bitch.
too bad.
Yeah, I also think it's gonna hit this date. I think if it was gonna get delayed, we would have heard it by now. I have a hard time thinking that they're gonna announce a delay within 3 weeks of release. That seems crazy. So yeah, I think January 28th is the date to beat on this one. So looks like we're either all getting a point or no one's getting a point. All right, so number 2 on the list, we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's announced for spring 2022. Do we think it hits that date? Or I guess...
Yeah, I think it's coming in
window.
spring. I think this is coming in April. I'm going to guess I mean, do they usually come out on Thursdays or Fridays? What day does Nintendo usually go?
Fridays usually.
April 22nd. I'm gonna go with.
Wow. That was the day I was gonna throw out.
I mean, you
But
still
I had
can.
reasons behind it. One, I looked this up. April, shoot, I'm gonna get it wrong. I think April 27th is the 30th anniversary of Kirby.
Oh.
And so I was like, you know what? April doesn't seem like too bad a month.
What was the
and
date,
then
Steve?
I mean, they
also-
might do the 29th then,
What
because that's also Friday.
what date
Yeah,
did
it
you
could
say,
be-
Steve?
22nd.
22nd. Okay. I'm just getting it written down. Go ahead, Chuy.
And then the other thing with, I was initially going to go with like the 29th since that was a little bit closer to the anniversary. But 22nd is Earth Day. Earth is round. Kirby is round. So, and they're both pink.
You can go for the 22nd as well. There's no rules that we can't have the same date.
But here's the other thing though too. I feel like Nintendo's gonna do that like really late June is still spring thing that they tend to do, and maybe Kirby's gonna be that.
Is that spring anywhere though? Like they could get away with it where it was sort of still summer in one hemisphere but not the other. Like that sort of made sense before, but
I guess so.
I don't think they could do it for spring.
Yeah, I feel like they've done it. I'm gonna go with May 13th. May 20th. May 20th.
Okay. Wow.
May 20th, huh?
I thought you were gonna go for April.
I was initially. I had great
I'm
reasons.
sorry
for
I
it.
stole your thunder. I'm really
It's
sorry.
all right. It's all right. I've got another game in April. That's why I kind of wanted to go away from it too.
What Advance was? Or are you putting Splatoon in there?
I don't know. I guess we got to find out where
guess we gotta
Pete's
find out.
What
putting
key
Kirby.
is, yeah.
So I'm looking at the trailer right now. I pulled it up for me and the kids here, and it looks pretty far along. So because I'm like, does it hit this date or does it get delayed?
Nah,
And
I don't think I don't think Nintendo announces games until they're sure. Now they got burned big time with Metroid.
I mean, you say that, but like, Breath of the Wild 2 was announced how long ago now?
yeah, but they've only just put a date on it now.
And they
Yeah.
just started working on it.
That's true. Huh.
Chewy, you got to put your money where your mouth is and say they're slipping into 2023. Then
Okay. All right. So we've got April 22nd from Steve, May 20th from Chuy. All right. Let's see. Where do I feel like this lands? This is tough.
summer officially begins June 21st in the Northern Hemisphere,
So it could be that
so
late.
it could be a June
Yeah.
date if you wanted.
When does
They'll do
it
June
start?
24th.
When does spring start?
Spring starts March something, March 20th,
Uh,
something like that.
I'm seeing if
Or is
my
it
calendar
February?
says so. I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna say
It's March 19th, 20th, or 21st. It starts.
so. It's the end of March.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think Advance Wars is coming out before it. That's my guess. So I feel like it has to come out later because they don't want to be too on top of each other.
Yeah, okay. Personally, I don't think that Nintendo give a shit because Advance Wars was releasing right next to another game anyway.
But then it didn't.
Then it didn't, but I don't think that had anything to do with being overshadowed. I just think it wasn't finished.
Man, I'm excited to play Advance Wars all of a sudden. It just
But
sounds
also,
so
this is
great.
what I'm also saying, right? Because Advance Wars also got delayed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a pretty close delay as well. That was like 4 or 5 weeks,
Shit.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that
now
was
I'm psyching myself out. Like I don't know if it's actually gonna come out then. Huh. Okay.
If you predicted delay, then you get
think-
extra points.
Yeah.
But what if I accurately predict a delay and it gets delayed, I get a point. But if I get the month right, I get an extra point?
No, if you accurately predict a delay to the correct month, you get an extra point. So, like, if we know the date of March 24th for Mario Rabbids, if you accurately predict that that's not coming out in March and it's coming out in April, you'll get a point for it.
Okay, but for this, it would just be if I get the month right.
You get a point if it's, say, a month in September, because that's not in spring, and you would get a point for a delay. So you get 2 points then. You get a point for a correct month. You get a point for accurately predicting a delay.
But if I predict it's delayed, but I guess the wrong month, I still get a point?
No, because you didn't predict it.
That's
to the
bullshit.
correct
I
month.
predicted it would get delayed.
No, it's accurately predict a delay to the correct month.
That's so hard, though. How am I supposed to know when they're going to delay it to? I just think it will be delayed.
That's the point.
That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I hate that. I hate that. Also, how would that even work? Because think about with Advance Wars. That had a window, and then it got delayed to another window. Can I say fall? Or like summer? Like, could I say that? Would that?
We'll know at the end of the year. Like, we're not reapproaching this until the end of the year. Like, if it gets moved to, say, 2023, then fine. You can put 2023 down as an entire window. I'll let you have that. But because we're not looking at this until the end of the year, you have to predict the month, because otherwise it's just like you're just picking another window.
Yeah,
you're just saying, I want to pick 3 months in one slot, and I'm just saying this is now my prediction.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I still feel like it's a bullshit rule, though, if I'm being honest. All right, you know what? I'm gonna say 2023. It gets delayed.
You're pushing that all the way to 2023. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying it. It happens. I think maybe.
Right, Chuy, I stole your thunder on Kirby, so I'm gonna let you have Advance Wars.
Let me see what I wrote down. April 8th.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
Fucking ready to go here.
Yep.
April.
I'm gonna go with March 25th.
I'm feeling March too for some reason. Huh.
And that's the first Friday after it's officially spring. But who knows with Nintendo? They don't really give a shit about seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
They could put it out in February.
For some reason, like March does feel good to me. Like that feels appropriate.
Yeah, because it's a smaller title. You don't usually get the big blockbusters right at the beginning of the year, although that's an exception, seemingly, in 2022.
Yeah. But the fact that they said spring also makes me think that it could skew a little later. I'm gonna say April 15th. And then you said March 23rd?
25th.
25th. Got it. Okay. All right. So Splatoon 3. Right now it just says 2022.
July 15th.
Okay. Why?
Splatoon 2 came out July 17th.
Okay.
And I don't know if that means anything. Probably doesn't, just because that was that first year and it was like, we have the schedule of these blockbuster games coming up for the first 3 months. But I don't know. I kind of see it as their big summer title. They can put it out. It's got room to grow. They do the Splatfest throughout the rest of the year. They're slowly adding dripping content into it up until the end of the year. So I think probably a summer title is a good place for that, especially if Kirby is hitting the spring date. It means they've got April, and then we'll probably have some smaller titles, and then we'll hit this one either in June or July.
Okay. What do you think, Drew?
Going July 22nd because it's closer to my birthday.
Okay.
And Nintendo knows I love Splatoon, so they're going to give it to me for my birthday.
When is your
Also-
birthday, Chuy? So everyone can wish you a happy birthday.
25th, Christmas in July.
Beautiful.
And also, I think that makes sense too, because I think like Splatoon's probably going to be like the big presence at E3 in some sense. If they do some sort of tournament or something, they've been enjoying doing that. They'll probably do it with Splatoon 3, so people, probably like top players, get their hands on it, and then they'll do a test fire shortly after E3 or something.
That makes sense, yeah. and then it releases the month after.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
That could make sense. Yeah. Yeah, because E3 is usually June, and then it coming out in July. Or it could even be like they reveal it, not reveal it, obviously, but like we see it played at E3, and then, oh, servers are live for the test fire, and then, yeah. Yeah, I think July makes sense. I'm gonna guess July 29th.
All of July, full.
nice, right in the middle of the year. Okay, so Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is got a March 24th release date right now.
I think this one's getting delayed.
Okay. To when?
I think June.
What?
I'm gonna guess like June 10th.
June 10th. Okay. What do you think?
And of
June?
course, like we could be totally wrong, and then in which case their spring is jam packed, which makes my like March 25th prediction of Advance Wars probably unlikely.
That's why
Considering
I think Kirby's getting
the day
delayed.
before. Actually, make that June 9th because they're releasing on a Thursday for some reason.
June 9th. Okay. Wait, why do you think it's on a Thursday?
Look, because March 24th is a Thursday.
Okay.
And I'm guessing it's because it's a Ubisoft game and not a Nintendo game.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
That's fair.
What do you think, Chewy?
I think it'll get delayed to September.
Okay.
And I'll go like September 15th.
September
right in the middle.
15. All right. I'm going to say it hits the release March 24th.
We can only hope.
I mean, I can only hope. All right. Bayonetta 3, 2022. Does it happen?
Yeah. I think it has to happen.
I mean, does it?
No, but I think it should. I'm going to guess August for this, I think. Like late August or maybe even early September. Let's go with let's go with September. September 2nd.
Okay. September 2nd for Bayonetta 3. What do you think, Chewy?
I'm gonna go later. I think I'll go October 7th.
I like October.
Because she feels more Halloween to me.
Yeah, I could see that. When did
no, I've got another game that I think might be coming in October.
I'm trying to look up when Bayonetta 1 and 2 came out on Switch. Came out in September.
They were like, weren't they like an early? What were they, September? I thought it was like
Astral Chain was in August.
Oh, you know what? Okay, on Wii U it came out in September and then October, and then for Switch it came out in February.
Yeah, I remember it being February. I was in hospital at the time, and I remember just like not enjoying that game. Like I got it, and I was in hospital, and I'm like, this game sucks. Why did I get this game? And I was like stuck. I had nothing else to play.
I don't know. I kind of want to say it's going to get delayed again. They said it was going to come. It's one of those things where it's right. Like they talked about this game for the first time in 2017, right? So I mean, it's 5 years.
It's been a long time.
It is, but it's also like
they made a game in between.
When they announced it, how far into development was it, right? If they were just starting pre-pro on it, then it's not that long a time. I mean, it's still long, but it's not insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like when's the last time we even heard about it? Right? Like they talked about it this year and we're like, "Oh, we're gonna here's like we're still working on it. Here's like the tiniest update, but like no trailer, right? Like no.
Yeah, I think it was basically mentions up until that last direct, right? Where we got a trailer.
Yeah, which was in September?
Yeah, I think that was a September direct.
So I mean, like I don't know, it's like the fact that we saw that trailer does that mean that it's actually around the corner? Or I don't know. I feel like there's a really good chance they delay it another year. I really do. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. 2023.
Okay. Sequel to Breath of the Wild. Chewie, when do you think this is coming?
March 2023.
I have no idea.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no fucking idea when this game's coming
I'm
out.
going December 2nd.
December 2nd?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Okay. And you're saying March 2023, Chewy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I have to predict a delay and correct month.
No, because a delay into 2023 is fine. If it gets
Oh.
delayed to 2023, it'll be okay.
So we'll just say 2023 then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't think we can predict the correct month because we're going to be recapping these at the end of the year. And if they say like spring 2023.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sad about it, but
You know what, Chewy? You know what? 2023, I'm with you, baby. No games are coming out. None of them.
you
Well,
delayed everything.
I don't know. I think that's their big game. I think we're going to have a console revision. And I think they're going to try and hit that holiday period.
I think
that's
the console revision is why they delay it. Because it's not ready.
No, I think that console revision comes regardless. I really do.
I just don't. And then the thing is, it's crazy because I was really like, oh, it's gonna happen last year, right? But now I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. You know, we still don't even know the name of the game. It's coming out this year? No fucking way. I don't know.
I
man.
think it's coming. And I've got a couple of other games I want to add onto here.
Oh yeah? Okay.
But for October 7th, Metroid Prime 4, I want to add to the list.
Okay.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Because I think Metroid Dread was such a success that they're going to want to capitalize on it. And I think Prime 4 is due at this point. We've been waiting a long time. Even with the restart, there will have been stuff from what was done previously that could have been used.
So you think it's coming when?
October 7th.
You're
Bayonetta Day.
You're fucking high, dude. You think
Why?
You think we're getting Metroid Prime 4 and a sequel to Breath of the Wild within 3 months of each other? 2-3 months?
Yeah.
No way. Not a chance in hell.
Why not?
Nintendo's never done that before.
We had Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey in the same year, and they came
Right,
out
and they
within
were-
like 3 months of one
they
another.
didn't. What are you talking about?
They
Breath of
came
the
out
Wild,
in March.
Breath
All
of
right,
the Wild
6 months. They came out in March and September.
That's way different. 6 months is way different than 3. No way. There's no way. I don't think so.
All right. Well, if you want to put your
I will.
predicted time,
2023.
predicted time. All right.
It ain't coming out this year, I'll tell you that.
All right.
Because I agree with you that Metroid Dread was such a big hit that they want to capitalize on that. But I think that because of that, they want to take as much time as they need to get Metroid Prime 4 right. And Metroid Prime 4, yes, it's been in development a long time, but they scrapped everything. And they could keep using things, but from what they said about the development, it was done in an experimental way. It was done by an external studio. I don't think that they're repurposing any of that stuff. I think they're going from the ground up on this son of a bitch, and they're going to want to do it right. And I think if Retro tells them they need 5 years to do it, then they're going to give them it. That's my thought. I personally think Metroid Prime 4 will be... I don't even know if it'll come out in 2023, honestly. I'm putting that because that's all I need to say to get the point. But I could easily see that being the last game on Nintendo Switch in the way that Breath of the Wild was.
You don't get the point unless it's announced for 2023, by the way. If it's not announced, none of us get the point.
If it's delayed...
It's not been announced, so they can't delay something that hasn't been announced.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. I think they'll announce it's coming out next year. You want 2023 as well?
Yeah.
You think it'll be announced for 2023?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I do.
It could be. It could be.
And then another one I want to add onto the list for August 12th, is the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
That's fun.
Because we've had the Skyward Sword, I think it's time to get the other ports over at this point. Whether it's Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, I don't know, but I want Wind Waker, so I'm putting Wind Waker.
I like
I've just
that.
been hopeful.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right.
And then I think that's it for me. But there's got to be there's probably some more Pokemon stuff somewhere. There's probably some more Mario stuff. I don't know what.
Donkey Kong.
Probably a Donkey Kong, yeah.
Okay.
Especially with the theme park. Is the movie out this year as well? Because it's probably going to be a Mario game if the movie's out.
It is, I think.
Yeah.
You might be onto something with Wind Waker. I could see that.
Yeah, because I keep thinking, like, you reminded me when you mentioned you were playing, like, Bayonetta in February, and you remember it specifically, but, like, February always felt like the Wii U port months, and
Oh
I'm
wait,
like,
did
well,
the
what else do they
Mario
have left?
collection come out then as well? It did, didn't it? You
Yeah,
had
they
New
tend to be,
Super
like,
Mario
late
Brothers U
January.
Deluxe came out as well then as well.
Yeah, I want to say that was, like, a late January one, but, like, January through March feel maybe even into April, but the spring tends to feel like their port month where they're like, we just need stuff early in the year because we're so backloaded every single time,
But this time they're like front loaded because of the delays. Because you've
Yeah.
got Pokemon, you've got
Mhm.
Advance Wars, we've got Kirby, which was probably slated for last year but shifted into spring 2022,
I'm saying
and
Yeah.
Mario Rabbids.
I'm saying Wind Waker is July 15th for that reason. I think having a Zelda port in the middle of the year as a like, hey, nothing's coming out right now. Here's a port of one of
Essentially.
everyone's favorite Zelda games. Sorry, Breath of the Wild 2 ain't coming out this year.
You think it's the condolence prize? It's like, we're so sorry. We just need a little bit more time in the oven for this.
We'll give you Wind. That's one of the good ones. You like Wind Waker? Here you go.
And that's not too bad considering like Skyward Sword was July this past year too.
Yeah, it was July 16th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna go August 5th.
Okay.
I really hope Wind Waker happens now. I really do.
When is this?
I mean, it's one of two options basically, because you've got Twilight Princess as well.
Do either of you have any other games that are unannounced that you want to put on the board?
I'm looking at the Mario movie right now to try and figure out.
That's
I want to add
I think
Donkey
they said
Kong.
that's holiday. You want to add Donkey Kong? What, a country?
It's December
Or a
21st.
3D one?
It's not going to be a country, and it's not going to be 3D.
It's just Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. And I'm going to say October 21st.
Donkey Kong game. And you said when?
Is it a platformer? Like, what do you envisage this being?
I think platformer.
I don't even think you have to. I think if you just want
you
to
don't have to. No, of course
Untitled
not, but I'm
Donkey Kong
curious.
game, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious what it is.
You're saying October.
Yep.
Okay.
October 21st.
You want to weigh in on this, Steve?
I mean, I will, because why not? You know, we got a point.
I'm saying 2023. I don't think we get a Donkey Kong game this year, but I think they announce one for next year.
That's fair.
The year is just so packed. I just don't know where they fit it.
Yeah. While you think about that, I have one that I'm going to throw in, which is, I'm going to say Untitled Mario game.
Yeah, I think that's more likely.
And
I'm going to say 2023 for Donkey Kong because I do think that a Mario game is due.
And I think it comes out in November.
Now, to be clear, this is a full 3D or 2D Mario game and not an offshoot. It can't be a Mario Kart 9.
Oh man.
Or
I
a
wish
Mario
it would be a
Golf.
Mario
I
Kart
no, I
now.
think that
or
counts.
a Mario Tennis.
No,
I
that
don't think
counts.
any of those. You think that counts? Just any Mario game?
Here's why I do. Because
Well,
I
we
think
already have. I feel like that's not fair. I think you need to be more specific because we have Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, and that's like
true,
any Mario.
but
game.
I'm not saying any Mario game. I'm saying like an additional unannounced untitled Mario game. TBD. If we want to say that it's a platformer, fine, sure, I guess, but I don't know that it will be, but I think there will be something that comes out around that time. If
All right, then my Donkey Kong game's an RPG.
I mean, that's my thing is I think you saying untitled Donkey Kong game is enough. Like, if they announce Donkey Konga 3, that still counts. It's still a Donkey Kong game. Like, it's not
All right.
Donkey Kong Country, but, like, I think when we're talking about speculative stuff that doesn't exist, a wide net is fine, in my opinion. And you'll
Okay, fine. If that's okay, I just don't. I think certain games should be excluded. I think if it's a Mario Kart, that does not count here. I don't for any moment think we're getting Mario Kart 9. It's just never gonna fucking happen. They're just gonna keep selling Mario Kart 8. They've sold so many, it's ridiculous.
We have Mario Kart 9. It's on our phones.
You're right.
No, don't say it.
It hurts. All right. So yeah, what if it's like I'm gonna say November 11th because that's like a full.
It can't be then because Metroid Prime 4 came out just the month before, and there's no way we're getting Metroid Prime 4 and a Mario game and Zelda at the back half of the year.
You're right,
It's just not gonna
Steve.
happen.
There is no way we're gonna get that. I'm guessing November 11th. It's a few weeks before Black Friday. It's a few weeks before the holiday season. It's enough time for the new game to come out and be hot and have a bundle or something. If they want to try to capitalize on the Mario fever.
They ain't gonna do a bundle. They'll sell like a special edition console, and you have to buy the game separately.
Sure.
You know what? I'm also going November. I'm going the 10th of 2023.
November. Well, you just say 2023 then,
Yeah, just
because we won't know.
I think it's gonna be next 2023 November.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think?
I'm
Steve?
gonna go October. If Metroid Prime 4 doesn't happen, I just think November's too late because I really do think
October what?
Zelda's coming out this year.
October what?
Early 7th, October 7th.
Okay. Again,
I think if it's not Metroid, I think it's
Replacement of your
Mario.
Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
I love the idea that you think that it's like, yeah, guaranteed they're gonna have a Metroid or Mario within 3 months of Breath of the Wild.
It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that the Breath of the Wild happens. If you're both right and Breath of the Wild slips into 2023, I think either of those games could come out in October or later.
I can't wait to see which one of us is
Because
right.
we're not having a Pokemon.
I feel like we're all
impact,
fucking wrong. Is my honest answer. I bet you that I win because I agreed that the 2 dates we have will actually happen. But we'll see. It's
If
so
they're
hard.
not-
It's so hard to predict Nintendo. Is the problem, right? Is like they just make wacky fucking choices all the time.
Yeah, I absolutely think we're gonna get something curveball, like a peripheral we didn't expect, like or a piece of random new franchise.
The Mario Go
software.
Kart, like, yeah, fucking bullshit.
Game Builder Garage 2.
Ooh, can
Yeah, something goofy, like Labo's back and it now
Tomodachi
works
Life
with
2. That would be way good.
Part of me thinks that they might do that instead of a Mario game. What if it's like a Mario toy pack-in? That's also a game.
Nintendo
Let's stop pumping out the Lego
for
stuff.
phones. Smartphone app. Nintendogs.
That should exist, frankly.
It should.
I feel like that's that would be like a slam dunk for mobile.
Do you know, I said it was like one of the predictions we did ages ago. And it wasn't even really a prediction, but it was like, what's the new input method on the new Switch? And I really think it's going to be a microphone. I miss all the cool shit they used to do with the microphones on the DS. There was some good stuff.
I agree.
I just don't think it'll come back. I really don't. Like it feels like a thing
Why?
that's
Because it's
Well,
back on the PS5. So
they
like
have to
why
add
not,
it.
like you could use that as like a oh, let's bring this back because PS5's done it. It's like
Yeah.
a new level of interaction, and it also gets you into like chatting on Splatoon in an in-game thing without having to use a goofy phone app.
But does Nintendo
Yeah.
want that?
But then they also have to add it because of the Mario Party Superstars update that adds those voice games from Mario Party 6 and 7.
Yes, an orange.
Now you're talking my language. I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh, cool. Are we predicting DLC? Can I predict some Mario Party Superstars DLC? Does that count?
Yes, please.
'Cause it needs to go in here somewhere. It's going to happen this year, right?
I mean, you can predict it if you want.
I I want it. Where it goes, who knows? That's one of the we've announced this and it's out next week or it's out today.
Totally.
Things that
Yeah.
they just randomly do.
Just on
Or
completely
it's just a
agree.
tweet. It's just a tweet with like here's a video of some new boards coming to Mario Party, and you're just like, what the fuck? Why is this not a whole
Download
direct?
the update now.
Today, right now.
I mean, they already missed out on putting their winter levels in for the holidays.
Yeah, that was sad.
Mm.
I had a good time with Mario Party though. I'm kind of Mario Partied out at this point, as I mentioned on this week's Flip Screen Games podcast. But
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they could put out new stuff for that really whenever, right? Like it would have been great to have new stuff, but like it also just came out, so like if they do like a big
yeah, that's
update
true. But like
next
so did
year.
Mario Golf, right? Mario Golf
Yeah.
just came out. Pokemon Snap like sort of just came out, and they did DLCs or downloads for those.
I mean, I think the Pokemon Snap DLC was like, I think it was
like
longer.
6 months
Yeah, it was like
later.
6 months out. Which
Yeah.
I mean, the game
But
hasn't been out that long. You know,
The
it's,
golf one was like a month later, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, here's New Donk City. It was really strange.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like this is, I mean, it's been out since September, right? So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it comes
October,
out
I think.
maybe like early
No,
next
September,
year.
you're right.
You know, I could see that, or like halfway through next year or something. I hope.
Next year, not. I hope it's this year.
Sorry, I meant this year. I'm still thinking it's 2021.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get more of it. I would really be bummed if all there is all we ever get. Because I just feel like there's such an opportunity to.
Yeah,
build
they
that
need to do the
catalog.
Hitman thing, or
Yeah.
it needs to just be like one portal to play all of Mario Party.
Absolutely.
Just give me everything in
Just-
there.
And I'll pay for each of them individually if you need me to. Like whatever.
Me too.
Give me board packs.
I just thought of one that I want to add.
Okay.
I want to add Game Boy games to the NSO
Ooh.
in September. Let me look at the calendar real quick.
Oh, you're saying this is the next year's like refresh
That's
cycle? We're gonna get people for another 12 months.
That's a good one, dude.
I'm gonna go September 9th.
I was gonna predict GoldenEye on Switch Online.
But
that's a cool one.
now it's coming to
I
Xbox.
don't know when.
Yeah.
I think it's coming to both.
We'll see. Could be. When did the expansion pack come out?
I think it was September. That's why you're filming that,
November,
right?
October. I don't remember. It was around like the same. No, it was just before the Animal Crossing stuff, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was like a week before that came out.
So I think that was like around October.
God. Oh man, like This is an article from December. Son of a bitch.
All right, while you're going, I'm gonna go.
Okay. It looks like they announced
February 7th.
February 7th?
Yeah.
Okay. Why February?
That's early.
No idea. No idea why February.
You
but-
think it's like a month from now we're just getting this?
Oh yeah, that's quite early. But fuck it, why not? Do you know? I think we're due a direct.
All right.
I want more info on Pokemon. I want stuff coming up, and just tell me about the Game Boy stuff. Why not? But fuck it, we'll just say February. It's not gonna happen then.
So they put out an overview trailer for this on October 15th. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say, what'd you say, Chewy? September what? 9th?
9th.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say October 14th.
I'm probably a little early if they do another like September direct.
We'll see. Could be either way. All right. Any other ones we want to get on the list?
No, that's it from me. I'm
Tapped out.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
I think February 7th is wrong, but if it's February, at least I get a point.
I think February 7th is wrong. I will not change the prediction, but I think it's wrong.
All right, we'll go February 21st then. Change February 21st. At least that's a little bit more realistic. I have more of a chance.
I hope with every fucking fiber of my being it happens on the 7th now. That would be
When
so
was the
funny.
Game Boy released? No.
When was it? When's the Game Boy's birthday?
21st of April.
Okay. In 89.
Yeah.
It's not a special birthday this year or anything.
No birthdays are special.
No, but like Donkey Kong had a special birthday last year, right? Or was it the year before?
Everybody had one. Metroid, Donkey Kong, Zelda, Animal Crossing.
No celebration whatsoever. Donkey Kong didn't even get his own Game & Watch, and he actually had a Game & Watch unlike Zelda.
No acknowledgement. Yeah.
Just rude.
That's fucked. You're right. All right, cool. And last call. Okay.
No, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that calendar. It's a strong year for Nintendo if all of this hits. Very fucking strong
If all of
indeed.
this hits, it'll be a fucking insane year. Are you kidding me?
There's probably going to be 3 Game of the Year contenders on here.
50% of this stuff will not happen. That's my guess.
I mean, it shows. Half of them you put delayed to 2023, so.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't say anything was coming in 2023. I'm very confident that Nintendo's going to have a strong year.
You said Donkey Kong was coming in 2023, but that's it.
You know, that's only because I don't think that game's coming.
Unannounced game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's no way that all of these things hit 2022. So I erred on the side of caution there, and I think some of them will, and I'll be wrong, but I think a lot of them won't.
That'll be a pleasant surprise then. You'll be really happy. You'll be like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
And if I was right, then I win. So
I get to play Metroid Prime, and then in 3 months' time, I get to play Breath of the Wild 2. It's great.
Best year ever for the Nintendo Switch. If that happens, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Thank you guys for joining us here on another episode of Nintendo Noise. Welcome back. I hope you had a happy new year. I hope you had a happy holiday break. We are glad to be back. It is good to be back. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Nintendo Noise. Remember, there's a bunch of places that you can go and support us. The easiest place to find them is to head to our website, flipscreen.games, where we have links to our Patreon, our Discord, our social media, our email address where you can write in, all that stuff. So come be a part of the show. Come be a part of what we're building. Write in for next week's show because we are going to be doing something. I don't know, actually. I was about to say, but... Go ahead.
I think it's 2022, like, other predictions.
Like the full list predictions like we did last year. So I guess we're doing back-to-back predictions episodes. So we already have a piece of mail from one Trendy Brendy with a prediction. So if you want to write in with your own predictions and perhaps even influence ours, make sure you write in for next week's show. It's going to be a good one. So until next week, I've been Pete. He's been Chewy. He's been Steve. And we have been Nintendo Noise. We'll see you next week.